Welcome to Perfect Organism, the Alien Saga podcast. I'm your host, Jaime Prater, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Patrick Green, here once again in the wreckage of the USCSS Maginot. This is
very gorgeous wreckage, by the way.
It's so nice in the studio. It is beautiful. It's air conditioned. It's 400 degrees outside. We're here chilling. We just got out of Hall H. We're very excited about it, but there's something that we also want to celebrate before we talk about that.
Yes, which is Perfect Organism has achieved over 1 million downloads as of today. So we blew past 1 million. This is a big milestone for us. I'm really, really excited. It's something that we've worked for 10 years for, and I think we're pretty alone in that in terms of that achievement. So it's a great day.
It's an amazing thing. And, you know, all of you out here listening, supporting the show all these years, you know, it happened because of you. So thank you so much for supporting us. And I still remember, you know, after I came on and we hit 100,000, I was like, how did 100,000 people listen to an alien show?
That feels like it was yesterday to me.
No, now it's
and that was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. And it's not lost on me at all, on us, how cool it is that this happened while we were together in person, which, you know, only happens a few times a year.
Yes.
And not only that, but here celebrating a new alien project coming out at San Diego Comic-Con, surrounded by friends and other people in the fandom. Just a really special thing to be a part of. So
it really is. And it's a testament to the show, everyone involved in the show, and just to shout out the people who were originally on the show, like Peter Haight, like David Gogol, like Ryan Zaid, and everyone else who's been involved, and to our team who is back at home, Perry Chicos, Andy Geek Girl, Holden Wilhoit, Christian Matska, Adam Ezekiel, all these names.
Not Adam Zeller, who's also here hanging out with us.
Xander House, like all of these people help make our show what it is.
Yeah.
And they are here with us right now, so it's great. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very exciting times. And so today we're going to do a couple things. We're actually recording 2 episodes in here, but only one of them you're going to hear, you know, for a while because we have to keep things under a little bit of an embargo. So first, we're going to share just kind of the experience of being in Hall H, which was, it's always an incredible experience. And this time was no exception to that. And then we're also going to record a bit of a spoilery deep dive into the show, which we are not going to release until the review embargo lifts because we want to make sure this is as fresh as possible for everybody listening. But I thought, you know, this is a good chance to kind of go back through Hall H and talk about what happened. So a big difference this time versus last year when Romulus premiered is we got to watch, you know, when Romulus came out, we saw kind of a couple minute, kind of a, you know, best hits footage. We saw the whole first episode of Alien Earth in a room with, I don't know, 5,000, 6,000 people. That was pretty cool.
It was really cool. It's my 3rd time seeing this episode. It was your 4th time.
My 4th time seeing the episode.
Yeah, it was fantastic just being in a room with all of those people and the sound. The sound was so powerful that it was shaking your seat.
I don't know what speakers those are, but like,
it's amazing.
Yeah, they're crazy.
And as we continue to discuss this, I just want to shout out to FX and their team. It's been amazing. Corrine, Adriana, Elizabeth, is that one of them? Gina. Like they've just been incredible people. Brittany, who've treated us like stars, who've rolled out the red carpet. They've been kind, which is for me everything. And we are here because of their kindness and their generosity.
Absolutely.
And again, just some of the best people that we could work with. So I wanted to shout them out as well. But yeah, Hall H is always amazing. And last year was really great, but this year was also really, really great. Just to be there with the audience and the talent and just that sort of reverence that's in the room as everyone's watching the story unfold for the first time. It was something.
It really was. You know, we also had the panel. We had, you know, everybody from Noah Hawley and David Zucker all the way through, you know, many of the principal cast members, including Timothy Oliphant, who had the best suit I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a beautiful guy.
He's pure class.
Yeah, and just so funny too. But you know, it was so great seeing everybody there, seeing Sydney and Babu, who we had in this studio with us yesterday.
I'm sitting in Sydney's seat.
You are sitting in Sydney's seat. And it was wonderful. And something that I got to say I noticed that was a little different this time versus the Romulus panel was I feel like the Romulus panel was really about Alien, like the legacy of Alien, stepping into the shoes of Ridley Scott. This felt, although there was obviously deference paid to that, it felt more kind of like new. Like it felt more like, of course we're aware of the legacy, like, you know, we're all here because that movie exists, but we are kind of stepping into a new era. And, you know, not to spoil anything because this is all common knowledge, but the plot for this is very different. It takes us in new directions. And I think it was cool kind of having this juxtaposed against Romulus last year, where it was very kind of like everything felt a little more kind of like be careful with the sacred, goods. This was more like, let's not be afraid to kind of break stuff and see what happens.
Yeah, and I think that's the refreshing angle on this, is that they're like, hey, we're doing something different. We're not going to be, it's not set in space on a ship or on a space station. This is something new. And the show felt like that, just big picture, just really new and great. I mean, you can see that in the trailers as well. But to be in Hall H and listen to Hawley talk about his approach, saying, hey, I needed to do something different with this. It wasn't, he's like, usually the Alien films are survivor stories.
Yeah.
And I think this will be a survivor story in a way. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But it's bigger than that. It's so much bigger than that, and for me, it's really, really exciting because I've wanted Alien to go off in a different direction for quite some time. And I know you have as well. Yeah. And based off what Hawley says, what the cast says, we're headed in that direction.
Yeah. There was a lot of talk about things sort of like that, about what's new versus what's old, and one of the things that came up a few times was David Zucker, who of course has worked with Ridley for forever, was saying how look at how many television shows Ridley Scott has been involved with. I mean, dozens, right? But the one that kind of bad word was always Alien, because they felt like you can't really make a really good show out of it. Like, how does that formula work? And to your point, Noah was talking about how you kind of have an Alien movie kind of writes itself in some ways because it's a 2-hour survival story. Like all these other things, obviously there's a lot more to it than that, but the kind of the bones of it are usually pretty standard. But with 8 hours to explore plus, you have to start thinking about like what are some of the other arcs we can go with and give more breadth to, So I was really, it's really exciting. Like we said, we've seen it quite a few times now. FX was kind enough to get us screeners of this, and at this point, I really feel like because it doesn't feel as new to me now. The first time, obviously, it's very new. Now I feel almost kind of comfortable with it in kind of a nice way. Which saving our thoughts on that for later. It's hard because I want to talk about it so much. But that was cool. The new versus the old.
Yes, and seeing it on a screen the size of a screen that you'd go into a movie theater and see this show. It just took on a little bit of a different energy, which I really, really loved. It was also great to hear the main cast, talk in their British accents, because some are putting on accents for the show, American accents. And just, you can see the wonder in their eyes. You can see the magic in their eyes that they're a part of this legacy that's incredible. And just to hear them talk about what that was like was really great. And again, to hear them talk about story over tech. Oftentimes we'll hear about tech, we'll hear about the practical effects, this. We heard mostly about story and character, which I think is where when Alien is working, it's where it thrives. And Timothy Oliphant said that some of the conversations that some of the characters have are conversations that will stick with you, that you'll keep thinking about afterwards. And that excites me, because when I think about my love for the Alien series, I think about Ripley's internal dialogue. I think about the conversations she had with other people, the conversations the Marines had together, the conversations that were had on Fury 161, and how those conversations stick with me. Even though the creature is scary and the tech is amazing and the ships are amazing and the planets are amazing and all that stuff is awesome, it doesn't matter if the story isn't there. It doesn't matter if the characters aren't working. So to hear them talk about character and to see them in this episode, which of course we're not spoiling, portray characters as real people, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. The conversation is character. When Jeff Russo, the composer, was on our show, he said that Noah always starts with character, and then that's kind of the mantra the entire time. And Noah Hawley himself brought character up all over this panel today. He also was saying how it's, when you have a story that has great characters in it and it's a great story, you can add the genre things to it and it will only elevate it. But if you come at it from a genre perspective where the point is the kind of schlockiness or the technology or the creature design, the story is sort of hollow because it's kind of missing the core. So I think that is really an approach that will serve this well, especially because it's going to be 8+ hours long. That's a lot of time to have an empty story with really cool effects in it. You know what I mean?
And the effects, they won't ever carry anything.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, effects are great, but if you don't have a good story, it's just going to fall flat. And
Yeah.
again, it's just great to see Alien in the hands of a character writer
Right.
and a character showrunner who knows that without these things, you don't have a show, you don't have a film.
Right.
And we've seen plenty in many different forums of films that reached for the sky, but they got caught up in tech. They got caught up in effects and practical this, and we're doing this, and story was left behind and characters are left behind.
Right.
So to see characters again front and center with this, it's everything.
Absolutely. We can leave it there because we don't want to get into spoiler territory just yet. But remember, this comes out on August 12th, and we are going to be covering the hell out of it, including our after show, Unearthed, which is going to be every single night after the show airs, including the August 12th premiere, where we'll be covering the first 2 episodes of the show. And we're going to have, panelists, we're going to have segments, we're going to have listener participation, and it's going to be primarily on YouTube. So a lot of you listening to this, get our show through podcasts because that's what we are. But we do also have a YouTube channel that we don't promote very much, but actually is very active. And this will be the place to find this show. So make sure that you subscribe to us on YouTube, and make sure you, as they say, hit that bell icon to get notified. We just found out that we actually had that turned off, so we've turned it on. So now you can actually get notified when we go live, and we will be live within maybe 15, 20 minutes or so of the episode, ending. And we really, this is something that will do better if you are a part of it.
Absolutely.
We'll be putting it out as a podcast episode as well, alongside the continuing normal podcast coverage that we always do. There's just, my point being, there's going to be a lot of stuff about to come out, and it will help us do a better job if you'll be a part of it with us.
Absolutely. And we are releasing a new shirt for the launch of Alien Earth, and that is going to be launched the same day as our after show. So tune in for that.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. And,
Yes.
and again, just to echo Jamie's words from before, FX and our friends at various companies that are working with FX have really been incredible. And we're really, really grateful, that we had the studio to record in, and that we had, access to the wreckage, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, I put up a full video walkthrough of it last night. We got to do it at night with the lights on.
It's amazing.
I mean, tons of, it's like 20 actors in it, and they're so good, and the sets and, costumes and stuff. And it's just been a whole amazing, amazing thing. And Alien really, is at the heart of San Diego Comic-Con 2025.
It really is.
It really is,
Yeah.
even more so than Romulus.
Yeah.
Like, this is a dominant thing at Comic-Con this year.
Yeah.
And we get to be here to enjoy it.
And this is like 4 films in a matter of 2 months.
Yeah.
4 films, 8 hours. We are feasting right now. This is a feast for Alien fans. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah. Stay hungry.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.